So introduction on chapter 1. Kemudian kita akan habislah. So insyaAllah hari Khamis kita ada kelas lagi. Ini saya nak buat introduction sebab introduction ni kita buat minggu lepas. So this week kita buat sedikit introduction. Boleh?
Boleh.
Boleh. Okay ke kelas online ni? Ronok kan?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Alright, so terima kasih sharing perkenalan minggu lepas. InsyaAllah kita akan beronline sampai minggu depan lah. Okay, so saya share dulu screen untuk chapter 1. Okay, so this is 540. Kita bercakap tentang service marketing. Kejap mana slide dia tadi? Okay. Okay, topik ni tak banyak. Kejap, sebelum saya lupa. Okay. Ini adalah link GC yang saya bagi dalam group tu. So boleh join dulu. Nanti insyaAllah saya akan masukkan slide, saya akan masukkan segala nota, course outline dan juga lesson plan-nya dalam tu. Semua material tu saya akan masukkan dalam tu nanti. Okay, so boleh join dulu. Boleh nampak slide saya?
Nampak.
Nampak Okay. Alright, so kita akan mulakan terus. So we're going to discuss about introduction of service marketing. Service marketing is a very simple. Kita ada product and services. So what makes a different? Apa bezanya product dengan services ni? Apa beza dia? What are the difference? Can anyone tell me? Beside tangible and intangible, what others character of services? Kalau boleh jawab 3-4 orang, habis kelas hari ni. Pukul 9 dah habis. Apa karakter selain tangible dan intangible? Apa karakter servis? Anyone? Lama nak habis kelas macam ni. Okay. Lagi? Cannot smell lagi? Satu lagi. Cannot see? Can you see the aeroplane? Can you touch the aeroplane? Okay, alright. Betul lah tu kan. Kita boleh nampak, kita boleh tengok, but you cannot own. Itu antara salah satu karakter kan. You bought a ticket of aeroplane, you bought a bus ticket, tapi you are not owning the bus ataupun the aeroplane itself. Kan, the plane itself. Okay, so buat ada yang cakap tu betul lah kan. Boleh tak ada nampak apa sebab tu. Alright, so we talk about introduction to service marketing. Baik, sini adalah beberapa perkara yang kita akan tengok nanti. Nanti saya juga akan sharekan e-booknya. Alright, later on. Sekejap ada kawan orang masuk ni. Kita tengok ni. Okay. Alright, so kita akan tengok what ada categories, what ada service marketing, 7 piece. Alright, and what is the character of the services. Alright, service is a domain, a part of product. Okay, service memainkan peranan yang sangat penting. Towards the end, we are talking about what happened to service. Alright, because it's also contribute to the GDP of the country itself. Okay, whatever things macam contoh transportation, pipeline, benda tu melibatkan contribution kepada income of the country itself. Okay, it also create new job creation. Contoh kita ada flight attendants, driver lorry, driver bus. So itu semua adalah perkara-perkara kita talk about job creation. Okay, in the character of service, alright, when you talk about a consumer behavior, is not very difficult, tapi is very rare to get a consistent result. Kalau contoh kita pakai produk, okay, kita ambil satu produk. What is your expectation towards produk Ativa? What is your expectation? Apa pandangan korang tentang produk Ativa? What is your opinion? Tak pernah pakai Ativa?
Tak pernah.
Tak pernah. Tapi what is your, siapa yang tak pernah pakai? Okay. So what, kalau you tengok Ativa, apa you punya expectation? Apa yang you jangka?
Kereta keluarga.
Kereta keluarga. Lagi? Malaysian's product. So it's very simple sebab benda tu, produk tu kita boleh beli dan kita boleh pakai. Okay, siapa yang pernah naik Grab sini? Ada yang pernah naik Grab tak?
Saya.
Saya.
Alright. Ada bad experience about Grab tak?
Tak ada.
Tak ada. Okay.
Minum
So pengalaman naik Grab, so is it easy or difficult?
Easy to access.
Easy to access. The driver?
Susah sedikit. Kena pakai beat.
Kena bagi bil. Alright. So kereta? Okey ke, tak okey ke yang datang? Yang pick up korang?
Mostly Grab okay. Kalau driver sometimes tak boleh expect tinggi.
Tak boleh expect. Okay. So itulah yang kita panggil bezanya antara produk dan servis. Okay, when we talk about service, it's very difficult. We talk about nak determine the quality of service. To maintain the quality of service is very difficult. Sebab you kata contohlah, hari ni Grab driver lain, esok Grab driver lain. So dia punya quality tu susah kita nak maintain. Tapi kalau produk, it's not very difficult sebab you make a product, then you can improve, then you can improve, then you can improve until the product is be in a good performance. So dia jadi macam tu lah. Okay, tapi servis, contohlah kita kata walaupun kita kata naik MAS ke, naik AirAsia ke, suddenly delay. Tapi benda tu kita tak expect. So nak determine the consistency of the quality is very difficult on services. Okay? Alright, the principle of the industry, kita ada government, we have real estate, business and professional service. Business and professional service, saya suka ambil accountancy, ada secretaries company, so itu contoh-contoh lah. Okay, and then we also have a retail and trade. Okay, wholesale and retail, kita tahu we're talking about a product, tapi we also looking at the product that they make a service. Okay, and then we have a transportation, finance and insurance, ini memang tak nampak, healthcare service, okay, accommodation and food service, arts, entertainment and recreation service. These are all the principle of service. Saya semua orang tahu benda-benda ni. Kita pergi hospital bagi service. Tak dapat hospital tu, transportation pun sama. You talk about accommodation, you go to Agoda ke, hotels ke, homestay ke, so that you talk about a service. Okay, entertainment, pergi concert, baru ni siapa pergi Ed Sheeran punya concert? Ada yang pergi ke?
Tak ada.
Tak ada, tak minat kau ni. Gitu. Okay, so sekejap, ada lagi yang bermasuk ni, sabar. Okay, so that also we're talking about service. Alright, so ini antara prinsipal-prinsipal yang tentang service lah. Okay, alright, factor the cause that rapid growth of the service sector, we talk about regulation. Government policies always talking about regulation, law, whatever it is. So kalau korang perasan, if you recently listen to the news, kan, so a service that provide online, you want to buy a product online, you will pay a tax. So benda-benda tu pun akan memberi kesan kepada service sector. Okay, contoh sekarang ni kita tengok siapa yang nak balik kampung naik flight, tengok harga dia during the festive season and off festive season, how it change. So this I'll talk about all the policies play the government. New rules for consumer from 6% to 8% service tax. So ini adalah role that play by the government. Okay, so if you aware, the changes of service tax currently yang berlaku daripada 6 ke 8%, itu adalah government punya policies untuk service sector. Okay. So, and then we talk about social changes, rising customer expectation. Kita ada Grab, dulu kita ada Uber dah ambil dengan Grab. Kalau untuk service for food transportation, kita ada Food Panda, kita ada Grab, apa lagi? Misi, apa lagi? Yang kita ada?
Shopee.
Yes. So far, kalau untuk orang kata apa, perkhidmatan makanan ni, you prefer yang mana? Which one do you prefer?
Food Panda.
Food Panda. Lain? Food Panda je yang better. Pernah ada bad experience tak?
Pernah.
Missing
Pernah.
item.
Bagi saya contoh,
Missing item.
free item.
Missing item.
Oh, missing item. Apa yang missing?
Dia tak hantar barang apa yang kita order.
Allah. Tapi apa yang order, apa yang awak dapat?
Tak, I mean dia hantar tapi tak cukup.
Oh, hantar tak cukup. So the mistakes came from who? From the vendor ke daripada dia?
Daripada vendor.
Daripada vendor. Okay. So kalau lah kata-kata orang if macam contohlah I'm orang kata apa, Grab rider kan. So expectation pertama siapa yang akan kena dulu? Grab rider kan? Ataupun you salahkan vendor terus?
Kalau macam packaging secure, vendor lah.
Vendor lah kan. Okay. So ada setengah-setengah orang akan melihat in the service sector how it changed. Orang kata dulu masa PKP is a hike lah. Sebab during the PKP people cannot go out. So business tu berkembang. And now after PKP most of the economists mention that this kind of business will going to be dropped. But it keep on rising. Because even we can go outside, but the lifestyle of people now are changing. So benda ni kalau tu dah kata daripada Grab, Food Panda, apa sampai Shopee pun buat. Lepas tu apa lagi, Misi, kalau dekat yang local state tu pun dah start ada yang buat macam Disgamat, ada few yang hanya cover Disgamat pun ada buat. So benda ni akan terus berkembang because due to social changes, rising of consumer, influence of orang kata apa, demand. So ini adalah social changes that is going to make the service sector grow. Okay, expectation pun berbeza. So ini antara contoh-contoh yang ni boleh tengok lah. Okay, alright. Next we talk about a business trend. Ini antara contoh-contoh, macam contoh kita kata dulu kita ada Grab, kita ada Uber, and then Grab take over the Uber, and then ada a few yang mana kalau korang tengok they take over each other ataupun own a new company untuk pastikan bisnes ni terus berkembang. Okay, grow of franchising ni saya tak nak cerita lah because on service sector, for food industry ataupun tak kisah whatever it is, now people are looking at franchising. Okay, they are go for franchise. So banyaklah kalau tengok new things, ada je yang akan franchise yang baru. Okay, ini for business trend. And then we talk about advance for information technology. The growth of internet, wireless networking. Ini semua boleh dibaca sendiri. In the cloud of technology, location based service. Kalau dulu nak hantar macam mana, now we have a location. You just send your location, dah dapat benda tu. So orang boleh hantar produk you ke rumah, barang you ke rumah. Shopee boleh hantar ikut alamat, macam mana dia tahu alamat kita kalau duduk kampung. Macam saya ni dekat area kampung ni, dalam-dalam ni. So macam mana dia boleh sampai? We talk about they give you location. And then we have also AI, Internet of Things. So banyaklah. Growth of technology ni banyak sangat membantu kepada perkembangan service industri. Alright, so kalau kita tengok AirAsia punya style, MAS punya style, bus pun dah tak pakai lagi tiket counter, tak banyak lagi pakai tiket counter, you can buy online. So ini semua because of due to of growth of technology. Ini simple, saya rasa semua orang boleh faham benda ni. Ada soalan kan setakat ni?
Okay, sir.
Alright. Okay, and then the fifth we talk about globalizations. Alright, so ni saya lebih suka, I just really like to mention about Shopee. Lazada, because we talk about globalization, you can buy a product now not just in Asia, you can buy also product from China, merely some product from Indonesia. Okay, so kalau you go for Amazon, Alibaba is much more bigger. Okay, they cover more countries that can you buy the product, right? So this you talk about offshoring customer service, and then we talk about foreign competitors. So you go to Shopee if you wanted to buy more cheaper, most probably you will buy product from China, kan? Ataupun you wanted to buy, you can compare how about the local price and ataupun international price. So contohlah kalau siapa yang pernah beli barang-barang China, you can compare local price how much, China market punya price how much, kan? And then the surprisingly, kita tak nampak bahawa tax yang kita bayar itu terlampau tinggi. So how do they do it? So these are the thing. Kalau dulu lah kita katakan you nak buy satu produk daripada China, you nak masuk custom lah, apalah, semua tu akan kena tax. Tapi why? Contoh the product is cheap and you still get that kind of price. Kalau logic wise lah. So ini adalah we talk about globalization transaction. And plus, even we talk about globalization, now you can buy a product in anywhere in Malaysia. Dan produk tu daripada Kelantan ke daripada Kedah kan, you still can get this kind of product. Okay, because the service provided, even you buy a product, the service provided by the transporter and the digital medium like Shopee, Lazada, 11 Street House and whatnot, is give the opportunity, the service to grow. Okay, so kalau setakat produk tu saja, tak ada transportation, produk tu takkan jual. So servis tu memainkan peranan. Sebab tu kita tengok courier service ni makin lama makin berkembang. Mula-mula dulu ada pos laju, sekarang ada macam-macam, postal lah, apalah, makin banyak. Because the demand is keep on increasing. Kan? Sebulan berapa kali? Siapa yang selalu beli? Tiap-tiap bulan akan beli. Wajib sekali, walaupun sekali. Ada yang tiap-tiap bulan akan beli, walaupun sekali.
Tak.
Tak juga. Okay. Alright. So kalau esok you kerja, I bet that you will buy at least once a month. How frequent that you buy? Ada? Sebulan sekali, sebulan 2 kali? Ataupun 2 bulan sekali? Tengok pada duit.
Tengok pada duit.
Tengok pada duit. Kalau produk tu murah,
Akan beli.
katakanlah kita nak beli apa? Barang murah apa? Casing handphone housing handphone
Phone case.
phone casing kan? Korang akan beli online ke korang beli kat kedai?
Online.
Online. Kenapa tak pergi kedai?
Harga dia akan triple lagi, double lagi mahal.
Kat kedai lagi mahal Okay. Alright. So tu dia kata, even the cheap product pun, barang-barang yang murah pun, kita prefer untuk beli online. Because one of the things is, yelah betul cakap, kalau pergi kedai mungkin lebih mahal, but most of the thing you got more choices online. Betul tak? Okay. Alright. So historical view, ini the definition of service. Different from goods is more perishable. Ini bab historical view. Consumption cannot be separated from production. Service are intangible. Okay, so the character of service, we talk about intangible. Okay, a fresh perspective, we talk about rental, offering benefit without transfer ownership. Okay, so kita homestay, contoh for homestay, example of homestay, you can get a rental but you not own the house itself. Okay, include rental, okay, and the marketing service differ from selling. You cannot, macam mana kita nak promote homestay tu? How are you going to promote? Are you going to promote a house? Are you going to promote what do you have in the house? So itu ada beza dia. Okay, so you kena tengok benda-benda tu. These are the definition of services. Okay, contohlah kalau kata siapa nak pergi homestay ke pergi hotel, what do you look at? Do you look the outside of the hotel ataupun gambaran hotel daripada luar, ataupun you akan tengok dalaman dia? What are the service that being provided for the hotel? Okay, so you pilih yang mana? Antara contoh karakter lah kalau kita nak pergi tidur dekat hotel, what do you choose? What makes you prefer that choice of the hotel?
Dia punya dalam je.
Dalam. You talk about rooms.
And especially macam cleanliness dia.
Okay.
Macam tu.
Alright. So you look at that things. So that's why we talk about the marketing is differ. You akan tengok pada benda-benda tu. Sebab tu dia tak jual nama hotel sangat. Dia jual apa yang dia ada. Apa yang dia boleh provide. What makes so differ. So itu kita talk about the selling point of service. Okay. Alright. In exchange for money, time, effort, consumer expect to obtain value. Okay, facility, environment, professional skill, network. If you go to the hotel, you nak customer service okay, room service okay. So that's other thing you are looking at. Besides, you are looking at what other kind of service that provided. Contoh, nak ada gym, nak ada, you want to swimming pool. What else? Nak endure environment for breakfast. Apa breakfast yang being provided? So ini antara service-service yang normally people will look at. Okay, beside the price lah. Okay, 5 broad category of non-ownership. First, we talk about labor, skill, expertise of the people itself. Ini boleh baca lah dekat depan ni. Okay, contoh we have, you go to the hotel, you nak orang yang boleh front office service you, and then room service that can provide you, that have the skill. Okay, kalau tengok rented yang nombor 2 ni, we talk about ini bab-bab transportation lah, lorries, kalau yang bab-bab heavy machine tu, yang crane or whatnot, itu pun antara part of service being provided. Okay, and then the third one is a space and rental facilities, which customer can obtain certain portion of large facility. Ni saya ambil contoh, we talk about example about hotel, we talk about homestay, because you are looking at what facility that can be provided. Okay, in nowadays, kalau siapa yang pernah pakai Airbnb pun, people are looking what are the facilities, location nearby. Kenapa kita ambil benda tu? So ini semua berkait dengan service. Okay, and then the number 4, we talk about access facility, share facility where consumer rent. When you rent a house, contohlah siapa yang pernah duduk rumah sewa ataupun dah tahu macam, korang duduk rumah sewa sebelum ni kan? What other factor pilih rumah sewa? What other factor sewa rumah kat Segamat? Apa yang korang cari?
Jarak ke kampus.
Jarak ke kampus. That is the main reason. Internet? Tak.
Internet juga.
Internet juga. Lagi? Sebab Segamat ni dia rare. Dia ada rumah kampung dengan rumah taman. Ada yang duduk rumah kampung tak?
Duduk college.
Duduk kolej, untunglah duduk kolej. Dah lah bayar murah sewa. Lagi ada yang duduk rumah kampung tak kat Segamat? Tak ada? Alhamdulillah. So for those yang kalau pernah tengok, we can look at the difference is these two things. Okay, for those who stay at the residential area, taman or whatnot, or for those who yang duduk dalam area kampung. So you nampak facilities dia berbeza, how the customer expect is it also different. So kalau kita masuk taman, kita expect lain. Kita masuk rumah kampung, kita akan expect, the expectation will be different. So the facilities also you expect different. Okay, alright. And then last we talk about access to use of network. Okay, so ini antara perkara-perkara we talk about telecommunication, utilities. Kan, naklah kalau duduk kawasan tu, mestilah kawasan tu ada coverage, ada line, whatnot. So ini antara perkara-perkara yang we talk about what is going to happen in services. Okay, alright. So the marketing management, yang ni boleh tengok sendiri. Okay, most service product cannot be inventory. Dia tak ada store, dia tak ada physical location storage. Okay, intangible element, it create dominant value creation. How satisfied you towards a service. Contoh dia kata, saya bukan nak minta lah. Kan, contoh kita naik, kita expect sampai airport, the plane will fly on time. But suddenly it came delay, ataupun bila dah naik suddenly dia patah balik, ataupun suddenly tiba-tiba ada problems. So benda-benda tu is unexpected things to happen. That's why quality of service is very hard to determine because the unexpected matters is really going to happen. Okay, contoh macam kes-kes macam contoh semalam ada kes kemalangan di tengah jalan, lori bawa transportation, ada bawa gula lah, what not. So that thing is very unexpected thing to happen. Kita tak nak benda tu, tapi it's mainly to happen. Contoh kita pakai ambil Grab, kan, you expect sampai makanan on time, tapi lambat sebab because due to rain, due to weather, kan, due to rider conditions. So benda-benda tu is very hard to maintain. But it can be minimize the problems. Okay, customer can get involved, and then how do you get involved? You give the feedback. Itu contoh one of the very basic. Okay, you give a feedback buat rider ke, buat that we talk about, you get involved. Okay, and then you get the inputs and outputs is very more widely. How? Macam tadi lah. First, you give the input, you give the expression, you give the opinion. That's why for services, they are always get consumer feedback because they wanted to improve. Okay, and then distribution, we talk about physical and non-physical. Physical yang kita boleh nampak, okay, you beli, dia akan hantar you barang ke rumah. For those yang pernah your parents or buy furniture, kan, dia tak bawa balik pun furniture tu, nanti dia akan hantar. So that you talk about the service, even you buy a product. Okay, alright, the character of service, ni yang saya sebutkan tadi. First is intangible. Okay, it cannot be seen. Tadi ada yang kata boleh touch, boleh smell. Okay, before you purchase. Betul, itu adalah intangible. You boleh pegang, you boleh rasa, you boleh bau, tapi it's not own. Tu je, kan. You pergi servis hotel, you boleh rasa, duduk atas katil, you boleh tidur, tapi it's not yours. Okay, that one we talk about intangible. Okay, then we talk about the strategies. Tangible cues, macam mana you nak make it intangible ni nampak. So that's why tadi kita your appearance, your endure of the hotel itself, the homestay, look at the homestay itself. Apa yang dia offer, apa yang dia provide? Cleanliness, lepas tu your facility at the homestay itself, how many rooms, how many beds. So benda-benda tu lah kita tentang the strategies. Okay, stimulating word of mouth communication. Now we also have a TikTok, so tak payah bimbang lah. Dengan TikTok ni saya rasa banyak sangat membantu. It helps a lot in terms of services. Okay, especially when you talk about promoting a product, because previously susah sikit kita nak buatkan benda tu. Macam contoh Facebook, dia tak lalu FYP, tapi TikTok dia banyak lalu FYP. You buka dia punya algorithm for 10 second, nanti dia akan coming out benda-benda tu. So that thing makes you easy to promote your product. Okay, encourage employee to communicate with the consumer after sales. We have 3 pre-sales, during the purchase service, dan after service. So itu antara encourage employee. Alright, and then you get a personal information, and then you talk about strong corporate image. So for the hotel service industry, you boleh sebut lah which hotel that have the best corporate image. Kan, Hilton, you name it, Hilton ke, Grand Swiss ke, Swiss Bell ke. So dengan benda tu is already develop a corporate image. Kan? So dengan nama tu kita dah boleh nampak. Okay? Boleh?
Boleh.
Alright, and then we talk about perishable. Service cannot be inventory or store. Macam tadi saya sebut lah. Okay, even you buy a service, dia tak ada perkhidmatan untuk menyimpan. Okay, maximum revenue, airline want to fill every seat in the airplane. Sama juga dengan bus. Okay. Alright, and then the strategies, cinema, adjusting demand. Ni strategi ni dia boleh baca sendirilah. Kalau untuk cinema, macam mana nak dapatkan full capacity. How did Asia succeed? Macam mana dia buat? Dia fully utilize how many maximum passenger can be put in the airplane itself. So sebab tu kita naik kadang-kadang ada yang kita tengok, alah sempitnya seat ni, susahnya nak duduk. So they go for the maximum numbers. Okay, because it's perishable. Alright, And then we talk about inseparability. Ini antara production dengan consumption of service. Good can be produced and then sold at later time. Service cannot. Okay, produk dah buat boleh simpan, tapi service tak boleh. On that day itself, if nobody buy, so benda tu akan gone macam tu je. Okay, the service gone. Kan, kalau contohlah today sepatutnya ada 300 people on board, tapi yang naik 200 orang. So the 100 is burn. Dia tak boleh carry forward ke depan. So ini antara contoh-contoh exit. Kalau tengok kat bawah tu ada example lah. Kan, doktor, dentist, you pay mahal tapi yang datang 2-3 orang. So tak boleh nak carry forward. You still have to pay. Kalau buses pun sama. So ini yang kita buat, tak boleh inseparate. Alright? Okay, so the strategies, reduce dependency on consumer-employee interaction. Company kena look away macam mana nak increase attraction for people to buy. Contoh kalau tengok kat sini, maybe to you lah, cash deposit lah, or whatever not. But that's why, for example, most of when you buy, you go for services, dia akan minta you pay dulu, you pay a deposit, kalau tak datang burn or whatever not. So itu antara orang kata guaranteed service. Okay, yang lain boleh baca kat sini lah. Alright, and then for services, we talk about variable. Okay, unwanted random level of service quality customer receive when patronized at the service. Macam saya cakap tadi lah, setiap orang akan dapat, because service is unexpected, so each and everyone will get, most likely will get different type of service. Contoh kita ambil rider Grab tadilah, setiap rider tu ada karakter yang berbeza. Ada yang kita nampak okey, ramah, ada macam tak cakap langsung. Kan? Ada yang memang, yalah, satu dia letak, dia tinggal tu satu hal lah. Kan? So the variable of the service itself, the quality service itself to the customer receive is differ. Okay, so various employee perform same different, kata apa, how the rider react, how the rider respond, kan, time delay. So benda-benda macam ni lah yang akan menyebabkan kata apa, the variable of product. Contoh lagi satu, saya suka ambil kata apa, when you buy shopping online ni, kan, dia akan bagi you message or WhatsApp tengah hari, tapi last product tu sampai petang. Your product is out for delivery, tapi you punya delivery sampai petang. Ingatkan out for delivery tu dah sampai, or you expect dia akan sampai awal. So some customer are expecting that the product will deliver in a short time period. Macam dapat je message tu, saat lagi dalam 10 minit sampai. But it's happen vice versa. So benda-benda macam ni antara perkara-perkara yang kita tengok kadang-kadang expectation might be differ. Kalau tengok yang dekat bawah tu, kan, in term of lawyer service, nah, this one is very, we talk about variability ni, is very, orang kata apa, obvious. Okay, sebab lawyer dia akan serve you with a different based on cases. How they react based on cases. Alright, ini antara perkara yang kita tengok perkara biasa lah. Okay, alright, so the strategy, in terms of this, we talk about mass production in advance, more customer can serve during peak demand. Okay, contoh macam during hari raya ni, kan, the transportation akan ada tambahan kenderaan lah, akan ada tambahan servis lah, perkhidmatan lah, waktu perkhidmatan dipanjangkan lah. So these are the thing is people are expecting is going to happen. Okay, sebab contohlah the Ministry of Transport kata harga tiket pada hari raya perlu diturunkan maksimum 500 bla bla bla, say what not. Why? Because they already expected during the festive season this kind of problem is going to happen. Okay, kan, transportation, KTM akan tambah coach untuk perjalanan ke Pantai Timur lah, ke utara, say what not, because they can expect the strategies what will going to happen during peak demand. Okay, alright. Okay, and then broad category, people processing, possession process, mental stimulus processing, and then information processing. Ini antara kategori of services. People processing, what we talk about people processing? People processing tu apa? Can anyone tell me? Apa itu maksud people processing?
Dia servis yang berkait dengan social, dengan orang.
Contoh?
Contoh macam counter service yang dekat mall tu, dia interact dengan orang kalau orang tanya kat mana kedai ni.
Okay, one example, good example. Alright. Lain? You go for the mall, you go for the direction, dia akan ada, dekat mall mesti akan ada, betul? That's a good idea, good inputs. Lagi ada lagi tak?
Lecturer.
Lecturer?
Ya.
Lecturer buat apa?
Bagi servis ni, mengajar.
Mengajar not?
Ya,
Okay,
betul tak?
so, betul? Okay,
Yes.
so customer service, we talk about teachers, lecturers, what else? Lawyers, accountants. So these are the people processing. Okay, these are the people processing. Alright, because they're going to service you differ according to the cases. Contohlah saya mengajar service marketing. So the other lecturers teach another subject. So dia punya cara akan jadi berbeza. Kan dia tak boleh, kalau contohlah saya mengajar marketing, okay, this is my lecture. So you go for economic, you go for finance, takkan dia nak lecture macam ni. Dia lecture lah tapi dia ada calculation, saya tak ada calculation. So people processing is go to differ. Sama juga you go for customer service dekat mall. Kenapa dekat mall walaupun ada bot yang boleh bagi direction, yet still need customer service? Kan kalau kita pergi mall, dia ada bot yang boleh bagi tahu kedai dekat mana, tapi yet kenapa mesti ada customer service? Kenapa kita memerlukan orang tu juga? Itu pun a good questions. Kenapa?
Untuk faham apa yang customer really need. Sebab bot maybe akan jawab the simple question ataupun a very direct one. But kalau customer service tu, dia akan lebih spesifik. Macam tu ke?
Betul? More specific. Okay, contohlah. Bot tak boleh jawab kalau anak hilang dekat mall. Tapi customer service can answer. Kan? Kalau kita sesat dalam mall, bot tak boleh jawab. Tapi bot just boleh bagi direction. So the specific boleh go for customer service. That answer is true. Okay, alright. So possession processing. Possession processing buat apa pula?
Repair kereta.
Repair kereta. Contohnya?
Bengkel.
Okay. Bagilah sikit, ceritalah sikit.
Contohnya bengkel, kan kita ada kereta kan, kereta tu milik kita.
Okay.
So kita nak processing, kita hantar ke bengkel tu. So dia repair lah kereta kita, tapi tu bukan barang milik dia, tu barang milik kita. So orang kata processing hak kemilikan tu tetap kat kita, tapi kita guna servis je.
Betul. Okay. So bengkel lah, betul. Saya setuju. Bengkel adalah contoh yang terbaik dan mudah. Kalau kita tengok dekat sini, dia akan cakap berkaitan dengan in term of you are dropping off requirement service. Kalau kita pergi bengkel, kenapa ada kedai aircon? Kenapa bengkel biasa? Kenapa ada kedai tayar? Tak boleh ke satu kedai buat semua benda? Okay, then we talk about possession processing. You going there, you expect that kind of service. You tak expect benda lain. Kan, kalau kita pergi kedai aircon, you drop by for a repair, you are explaining about the problem. Aircon saya tak sejuk. Kan, you pergi kedai tayar, you expect tayar saya, you nak buat tayar gini-gini. So you go for engine or whatever, you akan pergi kedai lain. Kenapa satu kedai tu tak boleh buat semua? Kenapa berbeza? So that we talk about possession processing, because we talk about the expertise of people. Okay? Alright, mental stimulus processing.
Entertainment.
Okay, entertainment yang macam mana?
Any kind of entertainment yang boleh develop fun kita. Kan?
Betul.
Thank you.
Okay, alright, mental stimulus ni banyak. Okay, we talk about entertainment. Okay, entertainment kita nak buat apa? Kenapa kita cari entertainment?
Hiburkan diri.
Hiburkan diri. Okay, beside that kita ada religious lah, ada pergi kuliah, sama lah. It's about entertainment. Okay, you talk about hiburkan diri, ada yang pergi untuk cari lifestyle, ada yang cari untuk kadang-kadang ada yang pergi entertainment ni untuk relax, kita panggil apa, healing. Okay, so that we talk about mental stimulus. So that can be offered. Siapa pernah pergi glamping? Whoever experience glamping?
Camping pernah, glamping mahal.
Camping pernah, glamping mahal kan? Tapi kenapa service tu being provided?
Sebab dah ada tent and then dia punya tent tu nampak macam extra sikit.
Dia ada demand lah.
Ada demand kan, betul? Okay, kalau dulu at the beginning kita ada camping, lepas tu glamping tu datang orang beli kemah. Now ada new service, bukanlah new lah, tapi orang kata ada orang sanggup buat, kita sediakan everything, you just came in, bring in order food sahaja. Sampai towards that extent. Sebab nak stimulus people, tak perlu nak beli barang mahal-mahal, tak perlu nak invest too much, you just pay, you will get everything there. You just bring your food. Ada a few tempat yang saya dah pernah pergi, masa saya start ni lah, discover tentang glamping ni, tak payah bawa kemah pun. You just pergi, bawa makanan, tempat masak, dia dah sediakan. So, kalau macam saya jenis bukan yang campus, tapi nak try, ataupun orang yang tak mampu nak beli barang mahal-mahal, kita ada tempat macam ni. You just pay. Kan? Because they know people can pay. So itu mental stimulus contohnya. Alright, information processing. What is information processing?
Kursus, servis kursus kot.
Kejap, sebelum tu jangan saya lupa, take attendance dekat U-Future. Akan terlupa kan nak bagi tahu. Okay, attendance dekat U-Future.
Sudah, sir.
Sudah thank you. Pada yang belum, tolong buat dekat U-Future Okay. Information processing, we talk about banking, we talk about online services. Ini adalah information processing. Okay, you do a transaction online. Banking or say what not kan, banking lah saya ambil paling mudah banking. Now everything we can do it online without going to the counter. Kalau dulu nak pergi counter lah, pergi ATM say what not kan, even nak transfer money you have to go to CDM. Now you don't need all that. Plus information processing getting better kan, you can pay without you taking out your money. Based on the QR code, the money can get transferred. So these are they talk about the information processing. This paling obvious lah. This thing is very obvious. Kan, you tak bawa duit, no problem. Either you pay for QR code ataupun you go for PayWave. So these are the things you talk about information processing. So the technology is increasing due to to ensure that this service is visible for the consumer. Kan, sebab bukan senang nak create QR code for each and every consumer. Tapi the system, the information can be done. Okay, sebab QR code kalau you buka semua orang berbeza-beza. It represent each and every account itself. So bayangkan if 1 billion, how means we need 1 billion code for each and every one customer. So information technology system can cope and cover this kind of processing. Okay. Alright, ini boleh tengok lah people, procession, ni apa benda intangible dia lah. Okay, alright, sedikit 8 piece about service marketing. First, we talk about product element. We talk about service performance. Okay, so kalau contoh lah, siapa yang pernah naik bas, yang selalu balik segaman naik bas ke pergi mana naik bas kan, biasanya balik rumah lah, ada yang naik kereta lah. Okay, you akan pilih yang mana, you pilih company yang mana. Why? Because you talk about service performance. Okay. And then for example, you nak ambil highway or jalan lama. Kan? Ataupun kita kata kita nak balik, kita nak ambil Grab. Sebab segaman ni kita faham Grab dia tak adalah yang official sangat. Kan? So what kind of service performance that can be provided? So we have a choice. Dia bukan substitute lagi tau. Dia talk about a competition. Okay. Core product respond to consumer as a primary needs. Okay, for example, kita nak balik naik bas. Selain naik bas, apa lagi servis yang ada? Segaman. if you're going back to your hometown. Kita ada train, betul? Lagi apa lagi kita ada? Selain bus and train. Ada lagi tak yang lain? Tak ada kan? Only that two. Okay? So macam mana kita nak kata supplementary tu? How are we going to talk about supplementary? Sebab servis dia cuma ada dua je. Tak naik kapal terbang, tak naik kapal. You're not taking bus, you take a train. Apa supplementary-nya? Ada tak? Do we have a supplementary for transportation in Sekamat?
Supplementary tu apa sir?
Supplementary, dia adalah pelengkap. Kalau tak ada yang ni, dia ada yang ni. Tak ada yang ni, dia ada yang ni.
Oh,
Itu supplementary.
servis pelengkap.
Servis pelengkap, yes. Okay, servis pelengkap. Right? Okay, and then your planning for marketing mix, we talk about your product must be more efficient. Contoh supplementary service, okay, they can pick up you. Katalah contoh, bus boleh pick up dekat certain checkpoint. Itu supplementary. Okay. Kereta api, pick up dekat mana? Tak ada pilihan lah, kat situ je lah pun kan. Kalau bus, contohlah bus lah. Kata, if anyone wanted to go to KL, kita boleh pick up dalam UIDM, contoh. So that we talk about a supplementary that help customer use core product effectively. Okay, benda yang mudah lah. Alright, place and time, time to decision, where, when and how. Okay, kalau kita tengok contoh courier service, dia bagi tahu your product dah sampai mana. Kalau you go for Shopee kan, dia akan nampak where your product is now location, dah sampai ke warehouse mana, when expected to deliver. They already give you the expected delivery time. So the place and time is already there. The movement of your product also you can be traced. Okay, tengok geographical location services, you buy your product where you boleh tengok kan service schedule dia macam mana, physical channel dia macam mana. So buka Shopee kita boleh tengok, oh hari ni produk ni dah sampai sini. Hari ni dah sampai dekat sini. Out for delivery. So ini antara contoh place and time. So if you go looking at that things, you akan faham. Okay, and then price and other outlay. Ini paling penting because now people can compare. Kan dia tengok dekat Shopee, ni murah tapi barang lebih kurang sama. Okay, people pay to seller. Okay, people pay to seller. Kalau the traditional way, the selling price, ada discount lah, ada premium or whatever not. Tapi untuk service, yes, it still have this kind of things. Service masih ada lagi. Sebab tu ada Shopee tiba-tiba ada kata apa, free transport, free delivery service, free delivery macam tu lah, yang tak bayar-bayar delivery saya mana kan. Why? Because bukan seller yang tanggung. Bukan seller yang tanggung, tapi service provider yang provide. Okay, kalau tengok dekat bawah tu, we talk about additional monetary associated with service usage. Okay, travel for service location, parking, phone, ni antara contoh lah. Tapi saya nak ambil satu contoh yang incur by user who are paying a delivery cost is you. Okay, dia tak masuk dalam produk. Kita bagi harga produk, delivery charges is you going to pay. Okay, that is additional for consumer. So the price is there. So before you pay, you dah nampak dah the total apa item yang you akan bayar. So it's very specific. Tax, kalau ada tax, it's going to be tax lah, whatever. So whatever, how much that you pay, these are the price and the outlay. Kan, tak ada hidden charges lagi dah. Dah tak ada hidden charges lagi dah. Okay. Alright, and then number 4, promotion and education. You inform, educate, remind. Kalau dulu social media agak susah, a bit difficult because Facebook, you cannot demonstrate live. You cannot communicate live. Tapi dengan ada TikTok is improve a lot in term of services. Okay, publicity lah, PR, sales promotion. You look at TikTok. Kenapa saya ambil TikTok? TikTok bukannya it's not just a social media, tapi it's a platform, selling platform produk. Kan? Kadang-kadang ada seller masuk, tak ada seller lah, tak ada consumer lah, or not. So TikTok adalah one good example. We talk about how marketing can be done. Okay, alright, and then process. Firm does think how important what it does. Consumer often actively involved in the processes. Okay, how they going to involve in the processes? Macam mana korang involve dengan processes? Okay, one of the things you going to look at how the product ataupun how the service perform. Okay, how the service perform, you are going to get involved. Role of technology, role of action of you. So you going to respond. After the product delivered, they're going to get a feedback from you. So this a part of process. Okay, in the service processes, ini akan berlaku. Okay, that is for consumer. So for seller, how they going to respond? Ada seller kata we need 1 week. Ada seller kata we can deliver within 3 days. Maknanya once you place order, kita akan start terus bagi pada transporter. So contoh macam tu. Okay. Alright, and 6 we talk about physical environment. Do we need physical environment right now? Perlu tak?
Perlu sir.
Perlu. Okay, sebab tu we talk about physical environment. Kalau you go for hotel, you go for airline transportation, kan dia ada uniform, kan they have their own vehicle, kan hotel have their own services. Kenapa kata bilik non-smoking, smoking and non-smoking. So benda-benda macam ni we talk about the physical environment. Okay, the thing is wanted by a consumer, expectation by a consumer. Okay, because kita pergi homestay, nak ke kita pergi homestay yang facilities tak cukup? No, we wanted to have that kind of facility. Plus kalau ada dapur masak pun kita nak. That's why people go to homestay. Ada setengah kata kita duduk homestay lah. Homestay boleh buat barbecue, outside what not. Pergi hotel tak boleh lah. So that we talk about physical environment. Okay, kenapa bilik hotel they have many rooms, type of rooms. Ada superior, family, executive. So this we talk about the physical environment required by the consumer. Okay, smell, sound, itu biasalah yang kita dengar. Pergi hotel ada lagu lah, outside or not. So the brightness, so benda-benda tu melibatkan kepada transportation dan juga service by a consumer. Kalau for transportation, what you are looking at? Apa yang you tengok? Kalau transportation. Kalau transportation kita tengok apa?
Ada jajan ketak, air masak,
Okay, lagi?
kereta bersih ketak.
Kereta bersih kata, kan? Transportation kita look at that. Tengok kereta tu baru ke tak, kan? Pun ada juga. Okay, so that's the thing we talk about physical environment. Okay, the things that expected by a consumer. Okay, alright. Last we talk about people, interaction between consumer and contact personnel. So tu yang kita kata customer service. Macam tadi saya sebut dekat mall, kenapa we need a people who entertain a consumer? Kenapa perlu ada? Budak hilang, bot tak boleh jawab, kan? Whatever this announcement, bot tak boleh jawab, bot tak boleh bagi tahu, but you still need, orang kata apa, hire the personnel, staff personnel untuk bantu. So whatever it is, we still need communication human to human. Okay, so interaction between consumer and contact personnel is really important. You buy a ticket also, still kena ada service. Kalau service tu tak baik, because the word of mouth marketing can separate among consumer. Okay, so that's why we need people to be trained and to be motivated to do the task performly. Okay, Alright, last we talk about product quality and productivity. Okay, so contohlah, saya tak pernah jumpa lagi. Okay, hari ni bas, sebab bas pukul 8 ada 7 orang, kita transfer pergi pukul 9. Tak pernah ada lagi. Pukul 8 banyak tu, pukul 8 lah bas akan jalan. Because this we talk about productivity and quality. Pernah jadi tak ke korang? Macam tu. It happened to me once, sekali. Masa tu saya naik bas daripada KL ke Kedah. Sebabkan waktu saya nak naik tu tak ramai, so dia transfer saya pukul 9 macam tu. Aku tak ingatlah malam, tapi 1 hour later, I get the bus 1 hour later. So do you think I'm satisfied? Yes or no?
No.
As for you, okay tak? Kalau korang okay tak?
Tak.
Tak kan? Sebab you pay to get that time. You pay to get that kind of service on that time of period. Tapi bila dia transfer you, the productivity and quality is not met. Okay? So you improving the productivity is the key. Kalau orang kata reducing cost tu mungkin ya, mungkin tak. Kalau flight tu tak penuh, kena jalan juga. Kan? So these are the things you talk about. How you ensure your plan. Contoh, you boleh plan. Contohlah kita kata weekdays transportation from Segamat to KL, instead of 10 you put 5. Sebab you tahu waktu tu orang tak ramai. So you have to get very well planning in terms of your productivity and the quality met by a consumer. Okay? Alright, so itu sahaja untuk chapter 1. Ada soalan setakat ni?
Tak ada.
Tidak.
Tidak Okay, so we have 8 chapters. Nanti saya akan masukkan all the slide dalam Google Classroom. Okay, later on saya akan masukkan some lesson plan, course outcome, nanti semua akan masukkan tu. Alright?
Sir,
Ya saya.
ini saya nak tanya je, kita orang punya schedule, setiap hari ni cuma subjek saja pagi ni.